Welcome everyone to episode 56 of the COD Casuals. You're your host Justin,
and I'm Mike.
How you doing?
Good. Yeah, much better, thankfully. No, because again, we'll do our weekly weather update.
From TCC.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
No, thankfully though, the days I feel like they've been going darker a lot later. It's just
yeah. I think I mentioned that last episode. By the beginning of April, the sun's gonna set at 7:30.
Yeah, which thank God.
No, like towards the middle of April, I think.
Right.
Which is crazy for New England.
No, I love it. I mean, I don't know. Like we wake up early anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But just getting done with the day, like especially when you're in here and then it's dark, and then when you're done, you look outside and it's dark.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah,
you feel like the whole day's gone.
Yeah.
So that's been nice.
Yeah,
that we're getting a little bit of refreshments on that.
Spring is coming.
Spring is coming. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm tired of sweaters.
The weather was 60 today.
Yeah,
it was gloomy today, but at least the weather was nice.
Yeah,
it was nice for a little bit though. It was sunny and stuff.
Yeah, no, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, yeah, it was pretty chill week, I think, for us. I don't think we really did too much.
Yeah, we just played COD. And we watched Major 1.
Yeah, I think that was really all we did. So I can't remember what our predictions were at the end of the last episode. What we said. I thought I had said OPTIC was going to win.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain.
That's what I threw in my pick'ems.
Yeah.
And they did.
They did.
Oh, yeah.
Congrats to the green wall.
Yeah.
Right. I wish I would pivot the camera up there because I have the flag up.
Yeah.
But I don't want to mess up the shot.
Yeah, right. No, I don't know. I think we just both felt like they were looking so good.
Yeah.
And we were pumped that they did it.
Yeah.
It's been... I can't remember how many years it's been. Like, it was over 1,000 days since OPTIC won. Yeah, they won a couple years ago. They won some championships, but it was just so great to see those guys back on top.
Yeah.
So I was pumped about it.
Yeah, it was nice seeing them all happy.
Yeah,
and especially Scump. And for any of you watching, I'm sure the people that don't know competitive Call of Duty, you're like, who are these guys? Just go check out the Call of Duty League on YouTube and just watch like their reactions.
Yeah.
I was on Twitter like afterwards, right? And I saw that Barstool Sports like retweeted like OPTIC winning, but they're like esports is more lit than the Jets game.
Yeah.
And dude, people were cooking like all the gamers. And I'm like, man, like I was talking to one of our friends, you know who he is, but he was like, man, those people need to get a life because they don't realize what true passion is.
Yeah,
like, dude, the crowd there, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about the crowd.
Yeah, it's a sight to see for sure. They were just so freaking loud.
Oh, the passion!
It was crazy.
Yeah,
it was held in Texas. It was held for like the OPTIC's main like homestand event. So people just came out in droves to show the support for OPTIC. And man, wish we could go.
I know, but we were going to go.
Yeah.
But it was a little too close for me because I'm going on like another trip later on. But
so
we are going to an event though.
Yeah, so we'll be going to the New York one, which will probably it'll be pretty crazy. But I don't think anything could really live up to OPTIC. Again, if you don't like know about it, you have to go and see it.
Yeah.
Because just go and watch videos of it because it's something to see.
Yeah, at least the storyline, like just knowing the whole storyline about everything's crazy. Like you couldn't have written a better outcome. First event for OPTIC back like live since COVID because they never had their first event since being franchised.
Right.
And first event back, their home event, they did everything, brought out like so many fans, the biggest like organization in COD, and they win the whole goddamn thing. Yeah,
they didn't lose any games. At all. They
started in winners, went all the way.
Yeah, they won everything. And I think they played 4 games total.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's just amazing. It's their first time, playing like for the championship. For this season because that's how it works. It's broken up into championships, and they looked amazing. It's just great to see all the guys that we watch. Like we mentioned before, we've watched OPTIC and we follow all those players and we follow the team owners and the coaches and all that stuff. So seeing them up there smiling and being happy, it was pretty cool.
It was so cool to see like all the fans too, just
going absolutely
they were going crazy. It was like they won. It was like all of us were up on the stage with them.
Well, and it was funny too, man, because we were watching it from home, and like I was texting him like, dude, I'm so nervous right now. Like I feel sick watching this because like we want them to do well, and I was like, man, I hope that they clutch up because they played FaZe in the finals, and we mentioned before FaZe, they won last year. They're still an amazing team.
Yeah.
And they were looking so good, and I was just nervous. I was like, "Oh man, like I hope they close it out."
Yeah.
And they beat them 5 games to 2 games.
Yeah.
So it was like the relief. I was like, "Oh, thank God!" Like see them freak out.
Was it 5-2? Or was it 5-3?
I think it was 5-2.
It was something like that. Yeah,
it wasn't. Say like really close. There was a couple controversial things that happened in it, but. You know, what are you going to do? Overall, it was a great event to watch.
The better team won.
Yeah, there's no doubt at the end of the day. Yeah, the better team won, and OPTIC was the better team.
Yeah. It was just so cool to see, like, the crowd. Like, after seeing that, I'm like, the world's, like, sort of going back to normal. Yeah. Seeing that. And, like, it made me so excited for summer. Like, when we go, like, I already took time off for work like, for that, just in case, because, like, man, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, you couldn't write a better story.
No, you really couldn't. It was everything that fans of OPTIC would have wanted.
Yeah,
they would have wanted them to go in there and absolutely dominate, and they did.
And this is the first major, so like first real major championship, and there's 3 more majors, and then COD champs.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is like a good stepping stone for them already.
Yeah. No, it absolutely is. They look great. So. The biggest thing, though, about that whole thing, again, is that crowd. If you guys are not into esports, if you don't watch it, go on there, man. You have to check it out. Just type in, like, Call of Duty League.
Yeah.
OPTIC versus FaZe.
Yeah.
And it's, like, the most recent thing that was posted. If you haven't watched it already.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, or, again, if there's some people that are listening that still don't know what the hell the CDL is, you should go check that out. It's electric. It was just, like, again, it gave me goosebumps sitting there watching it. I'm just like, holy smokes.
Yeah, just see. I couldn't even imagine being there. And
thing, too, about it, too, that we were kind of worried about since, this game... We got mixed views on the game.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know about you, but like watching it wasn't that bad. Like watching all those games, like it is a lot to kind of keep straight because there's only 3 maps that they play, right?
It's something like that.
Yeah,
3 or 4.
3 or 4. No, I think it's 4. I think it's right. They play like Desert Siege, Gavutu, Tuscan, and Bokage. That's it.
Yeah,
so they play 4 maps.
Yeah,
so. It's like
repetitive.
Yeah, it does get repetitive, but those 4 maps, like watching it actually go down is pretty fun. It's not too bad to watch.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, I think if you're a competitive person, like at all, you have like, if you like watching sports or professional players, like you can appreciate like watching anything at the highest level possible.
Yeah.
And it's with COD too. Like you're literally watching the best players in the world go up against each other, and it just makes things so interesting.
Yeah.
Because man, like when I was watching them play, like I'm sure you too, they just make the game look so much. Even though like they're dying a lot, like they make the game look easy.
They do.
Like when they're breaking hills, for example, like on Control, right? Like we always rave about Control, and there's 30 seconds left on the clock. No one's panicking. They're like, oh, set up, hold, and out of nowhere they get 3 or 4 dead. Mm-hmm. Man, if we tried doing that in ranked, we lost.
Yeah, right. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely the composure and everything in that. It's funny though. Control is like in this game is like it's I don't know. Watching it competitively is not as good.
Yeah, well, I think that's just because of the update and like how they're playing it right now.
Yeah,
and the maps too. The maps don't work out.
I think it's more. Yeah, I think a lot of it's the maps. Like the maps just don't work for Control. Like we've talked about that prior. With Treyarch developing maps that are centered around Control, and this is the exact opposite.
Yeah, and we'll like talk about that a little bit later because I got some words about Control,
right?
Especially since last episode too. I've been very upset with Control.
Yeah. No, I have been too.
But Yeah, no. If you guys haven't checked out OPTIC winning Major 1, like definitely go check it out on YouTube.
Yeah,
I'll like add a link to it if you guys don't follow the CDL for whatever reason.
Yeah, right. That's too much to remember.
Yeah, but congrats to the Green Wall.
Absolutely,
we are very proud of you guys.
Yeah, fantastic.
You know, we are big OPTIC members, or fans, I guess.
Yes.
No, we're part of the Green Wall.
Yeah,
brick by brick.
Yeah, exactly.
But one team that we're actually pretty excited about was our home team, Boston. Yeah. They placed very well for the first major and having 2 rookies. And I think I speak for you and me, like, we're pretty happy with how they played.
Yeah, totally. I mean, let's be honest, we were pretty surprised that they even got that far, period.
Yeah.
Just because of the teams that they were going to be coming up against. And that was with a couple of teams that we expected to be higher, not making that cut.
Yeah.
Which came as a shock. And they took advantage of it. And they looked really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody had their moments. I think the biggest thing with them is just going to be the consistency aspect.
Yeah, they just got to clean up a few things because they placed top 6, which middle of the pack, which is really good. They at least won some prize money, right?
Yeah.
They easily could have placed top 4.
Yeah,
easily. And if that happened, like I can't ask anymore for like a brand new team.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, right? Them being a brand new team in the league.
Yeah.
And they come in and do that with 2 people who we've never seen play in the league.
Yeah.
It was very impressive.
Yeah.
So I was happy with their performance. I know obviously they were pretty bummed because they ended up playing the Toronto Ultra, which one of the guys who's on Boston Methods, he played against them or he played for them, and then they dropped him.
Yeah.
So he was definitely on a revenge tour.
Yeah.
That match, and it didn't pan out in their favor, but they still were playing up against them, and they played them pretty close.
Really close, yeah. And they knew it came down to literally a second on a few rounds.
Yeah.
And, that's not the way you want to go out, but they know that if you just clean up, a few mistakes, they would have had it.
Yeah.
But, regardless, like, I'm happy where they're at. And it's only Major 1. So,
exactly.
We got the whole year to watch them improve. And, I mean, after seeing them, they're easily, like, they can push top 4.
I think so, too.
Like, consistently.
Yeah. No, I definitely think they could. And again, it's just going to be trying to get that consistency because that's that's the biggest struggle with any of these teams. Like we saw that with one of the teams with Seattle.
Yeah.
They were touted as one of the best teams in the game, and they still are. They're still insanely good, but that consistency is not there.
Yeah.
It clearly shows if not everybody on that team is going off and playing amazing, then that team's struggling.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what happened to them. They placed, like, people were putting them in their power rankings as like an S tier or A tier team, being like, oh yeah, they're easily top 3, and that they have the potential to be that good, but they placed dead last.
Yeah. It's like nothing changed.
Like them and Subliners, they placed dead last, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah, because like even Paris, Paris Legion, they've been bottom like for the past 2 years.
Yeah,
this was the first event that they've won prize money in the past 2 years.
Yeah,
and Seattle, I mean they've won prize money, but they've been consistently like bottom 2.
Yeah,
and they're still, that's just crazy to me.
It is
because they look so good, but clearly, like as the year goes on, teams get better and they know what to look for and they adapt better. So Seattle's just got to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And over the course of all these majors, that's where it's just gonna the playing field's gonna even out because people just get more consistent. People learn the game more, and people start to find their footing. So you won't always see these like insane upsets, or it's going to be a lot less likely that you see them as teams start to get into more or less where they're supposed to be placing. But yeah, I mean it was a pretty successful event overall. I think at the end of the day, all the teams that were expected to be at the top were at the top.
Yeah.
The one I was really happy about was the London Royal Ravens. They usually are the last couple years they've been terrible. They really haven't been that good. They've definitely been a bottom tier team.
Yep.
And now they look like they placed they placed third? Yeah. Yeah, they placed third, which is like unheard of.
Yeah.
If you told me that they were going to place third over the break, I would have thought you're crazy.
Yeah.
I was like,
and
no way.
any sports fan will truly appreciate that because the Ravens literally just rebuilt their whole team.
Yeah.
And now they're a good team.
Yeah.
And that's what, if you're into sports management, whatever, like that's what you're trying to do with every single team, you know? You have to rebuild, and clearly like it's paid off for them. First major, top 3.
Yeah. I mean, they won money.
Yeah.
They looked great. They definitely they didn't play as up to their expectations and the level that they should have against those top teams. But I mean, man, they're not playing easy teams at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
yeah.
They're not playing like a bunch of scrubs. They're playing really, really hard teams.
Yeah.
And those 2 teams, obviously, they beat them out. You know.
Yeah. So overall, it was a good weekend, good major, and this week we're going straight into Major 2 qualifiers.
Yeah, which is exciting.
Yeah. So this Friday. Well, when you guys listen to this episode, qualifiers will already happen, week 1. But that week that you guys are listening, week 2 will start up. That week, that weekend. So definitely go check it out, and you know, look at the CDL and keep track of what's happening, because it's been getting pretty intense.
And the thing too, I will say, for shifting off of the competitive, is there. Man, someone's got to go graph this, because there is for sure a boost in your performance when you're playing casual.
Oh, yeah.
After watching competitive, you play 1,000 times better.
Yeah.
It's just because you're watching the best in the world do it, and you pick up little things.
And like it's just so mental.
Yeah,
like you and I were on such a high. Like we'll transition to some updates now, but like you and I literally watched OPTIC win, and we were hyped, and then we hopped onto COD. And there was a moment in when it was OPTIC versus FaZe, and OPTIC won 5-14 in control, and we loaded into a game. It was 5-14 in the control, and we won.
Yeah,
and like it's definitely mental. We ran in, and we're like, we're gonna kill everyone in this game.
Yeah,
we're not gonna die.
Yeah, and there's so much that you can learn from those players. Like even small things. Like I went and remember we played Tuscan, and one of the players on FaZe, he was sitting in this particular spot. Because he knows that that's where, like, to the right of him, like he's sitting in like one of the back tanks on Tuscan.
Yeah,
if someone has that visualized right now, and he's just sitting there watching the right side, and he's like smoking these people. You know, me, I ended up dying, but like even then, I was like, all right, so I'll go try that. You know, sure enough, I'm going off there.
Yeah,
like, man, like those are things that I don't do in my normal play. Very much, but just seeing him do it, and I'm like, well, I'll try implementing it. Yeah. Instant success doing it.
That's one thing that's super nice. Like you can implement stuff from the pros, but I will say you can't implement everything because casual players play so different than competitive players.
Yeah,
because like you sitting on back tank, I've never seen you sit back there.
Never.
You and I are running straight
all
the time, just putting constant pressure.
Yeah,
and like I'm just gonna say, like most casual players aren't thinking about where to force people to spawn and stuff.
Yeah,
like we are. And we're trying to do as much as we can on the map. But if we switch over to ranked, like we know like where our playstyle fits. Yeah, like we're still running up, but we're being a lot slower. Yeah, slowing the tempo down a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to, especially when like you've got 4 people instead of 6.
Yeah. And for whatever reason, like the last time we played ranked, it was like a few weeks ago. I feel like everybody wants to be that fast sub person, just sprinting around, getting all the kills. Right. That's just like in general. Yeah. In ranked, like I'm perfectly fine with that. I'll sit with an AR in the back. Yeah. And just chill. And just like hold spawns and stuff as long as everyone's like rotating or whatnot. Yeah. But it's just funny to see because when you're a casual player and you hop into pubs, like you want to be the star and like pub stomp everyone, right? And then when you're in ranked, you can't get away with that.
Yeah. It's like it's a couple of things. It's due to the competition, and then it's due to like your team setting you up to be able to do that.
Exactly.
It's just all those pieces, and that's where like all the teamwork comes in. And it's hard if you're only like just 2 people.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then you got to rely on other people.
Because like good example is like, so Mike and I, after we watched OPTIC win, we loaded into a Oasis control. Right. And there are places on Oasis where there's going to be someone there, like on the B control, for example. Right. Yeah. It's in that like alleyway all over, depending what side you're on. Like there's a tank like in the middle of it. Yeah. It's like next to the ruins. Yeah. And there are really only 2 corners that people sit in when they're capping. Right. Right. And we would expect them to sit there. So we would like pre-aim that and like fire or whatever. But I remember we were defending. I ran into it. I pre-aimed there because, if you're smart, you'd be sitting there because it's the best position. He was not there. He was literally laying in the dead middle of the flag and killed me. I'm like, you would never be expecting like a player to be there.
Yeah.
And casual players do that.
Yeah.
Like they're picking corners that you would never ever check.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, you should never even be there.
Yeah. No, there's definitely there's a consistency part of it, and there's also like a reason why most people will choose those spots.
Yeah.
But then when you're playing in casuals, that like always goes out the window. And you even see that in the professional level too sometimes. Like there's it's some players that play like that.
Yeah.
They choose weird spots that most people would never check, and it causes a problem.
Yeah,
you know,
they can get away with it, and
they use it to their advantage.
Yeah, I mean, there have been plenty of times where it's happened to us. Like we spawn in and we run, like we're trying to hit a flank or something.
Yeah,
and no one is there. There's no reason for anyone to be there, and then someone kills you from behind, and you're like, why are you there?
Right,
when your entire team is trying to defend this flag.
Right,
you should be helping them. But
yeah, I think what it is like. And when that happens to us, those people did not mean to do that.
Yeah,
you know. Whereas in like the pros, there's definitely some strategy or thought as to why they're there.
Yeah, because like we're overthinking it like more than them.
Yeah.
I mean that's just annoying when it happens. I hate when that happens.
Oh yeah, I hate it too. It pisses me off.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you there? You shouldn't be there.
Yeah, right. You're like get out of here.
You're playing the game wrong. You shouldn't be there. But in their head, they're like, I just killed you.
They're like, yo, you suck. Yeah. I'm like, dude, get a grip.
Speaking of sucking, we can transition to so Control. You know, I mentioned to Mike last episode, like I had a gripe with it because of all the players.
Yep.
And I mean, we've gotten better players recently.
Yeah, I don't know. We were just going through like a really bad week. Maybe we were just pissed off or something that week. I have no idea.
I don't know.
But we were definitely just getting shafted with the people.
Yeah, I still kind of am a little bit. I don't know. It's really annoying. Like after the major, like we went on and we won everything after that. We were just frying.
Yeah.
But I did notice you and I were stacking hills way more.
Yeah.
Like together way more.
Yeah.
Or like I'm on the hill and you're pushing up, like trying to hold spawns and like watching lines and stuff. But yeah, like if we're not watching the major, like if you and I aren't on the hill, it's over.
Yeah, right.
So if you guys are joining us and play, like please just play the objective. Either that or just if you're gonna slay out, like we'll happily sit on it. I don't care about my kills.
No, yeah, I don't really care about it much. But that's part of like again when you come out of watching the pros play, that's like objective number one. No one cares about your kills. In there, it's all about just if you win.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we've been getting blessed a little bit sometimes with the control, like with the people that we get. Like thankfully we're getting some like people who have thumbs.
Yeah,
and they're not destroying us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the thing that happens in the game a lot, like it happens on both ends. Like it happens to us and it happened to the other team. Is people just like leaving all the time.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
And I don't know if it's that or if it's the poor matchmaking. I mean, I really have no idea.
Yeah.
Because there's times we've played and we'll be up. We're winning the game.
Yeah.
And people leave.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely like a mix of, both people leaving and matchmaking. Like not being able to fill in the matches fast enough. And like, I'm sure it's based on like server location or whatever. Since we're on the East Coast.
Yeah.
But man, it is annoying because that Oasis game that I was mentioning. This was literally right after we watched OPTIC play.
Yep.
And there was a guy we were playing up against who had an OPTIC skin. We were like, oh, this guy's going to fry.
Yeah, he's sweating.
And
he was.
Yeah. You and I were sweating.
Yeah, he was good.
And we should have won.
Yeah.
Like it was a 2v4, a 2v5 or something like that.
Something along those lines.
And we were frying them.
But we were pissed. We were like, dude, why didn't we do this? And then we look and we're like, oh, we have one other guy.
Yeah.
Like so there's not much you can do. Like it was like a 3v5 or 3v6. I'm like, well, nothing's gonna really happen here.
And I know like from previous experience, like that guy, the third guy, he didn't even spawn in the map because it said he was in the leaderboard.
Yeah.
But when you're joining a game, I swear to God, it takes like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like the whole round is usually over by the time you're in.
Yeah.
Because there have been times where I lagged out and I would join your game, and you're like, all right, the game hasn't started yet, or the round hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be good.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, the round started. I'm still like, I'm in the pre-game lobby, like trying to load in.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so annoying.
Yeah.
And then literally the round's about to be over. I spawn in.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if it's like these games, because I know in Cold War, every Treyarch game before never had a problem with that. Ever.
Yeah,
I would like in Cold War, you would join pretty quick. It's not like 2 minutes or anything, but it was like 30 seconds.
Yeah. No, I don't know what that's attributed to. I mean, we were just talking before we started about like all the BS with lag.
Yeah.
That this game causes, and I wonder if that has an impact on it too.
Yeah,
like if there is some connection between the lag and just matchmaking too, regarding like your connection or your server or anything like that. Because this game, for sure, we experienced that way more.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they drove me to get freaking wired connection. Like, I could barely play the game. I could barely play Vanguard. And like when I played Cold War or Black Ops 4, man, I had barely any issue. Maybe like lag like once every couple days in like 1 or 2 games, and that was it. But prior to that, like when I'm playing Vanguard, not anymore, thankfully I fixed it, but prior to fixing it, it was every game. The entire game was just constant.
Yeah, and for me, like in Cold War, I could pull up a stream, or like not even a stream, just watch a video or Netflix or something in the background, and I wouldn't lag. I'd be perfectly fine. Yeah. Like my ping, I would hover around like what I normally do, like 25 to 30.
Yep.
This game, I can't.
Yeah.
If when I pulled to the stream, I went from like 30 to 50 to like 100 to 120.
Yeah.
I like doubled my ping. Yeah. And I'm like you can't play.
Yeah.
And if you're if you use an AR and you're playing on 100 ping, like there's a difference between 100 and 50.
Yeah.
A clear difference. And that's when I'm like, all right, I'm just going to run a sub and just try to get mixy.
Right.
But it's really frustrating. I don't know why it's like this game. MW is like that too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It has to do something with the servers.
It's that fucking engine, dude.
It's really annoying.
Yeah. No, I don't get why it's such a problem. Like some of these things, like I saw it in the menu. I kind of want to go turn it off just because I get it up in the top left. I'm sure you do too. It's like extrapolation and all these other things that pop up, like server latency, all this stuff. Yeah. It's like, dude, what the hell is half this stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why did they even show it to me? Like the other games, you just like glitch for a second.
Yeah,
Yeah. But it makes me seem like I live in a cardboard shack. Oh yeah. Because it's like, oh, problem. Yeah. Before everything was red, I'm like, dude.
Yeah. And like yesterday, we were just playing. Like I didn't have anything on. And I was just flying around the map. It was so smooth again.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, that's really nice. Yeah. And another thing about the control, like the gripe I had with it, I've been dealing with controller issues.
Oh, bro.
I know I mentioned this to you.
Yeah. Devastation.
My OG OPTIC controller, my Scuff controller, back from, I think it was 2019 when I got it. It was something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was a while.
I think it was 20. Yeah, because I know I had it during Black Ops 4. It's finally given out on me, and it's because
not because of the age of it.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's because of this game.
Yeah,
because of all the mashing that I have to do, like all the inputs. Because I used here actually we have video now, so I can show you guys this OPTIC controller. Right? Yeah. So if a Scuff. Look how fucking dirty that is.
That used to be white.
All right, guys. I washed my hands.
Dude, looks like you'd go to the coal mines and pick up the controller.
Like, look at it's so dirty.
Yeah.
But so this paddle on the back right here, this X paddle.
Yeah.
For anyone that's played, the recent CODs, you know what slide canceling is. Like, but using a Scuff, you have an advantage, right?
Yeah.
And my X button is just jacked now. Like, I can't. It's not letting me mantle consistently, which is a huge problem. Like if I couldn't slide cancel, fine, but I can't mantle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, forget about the slide canceling. You just can't jump on shit in the game. Period. Like if there's ledges and stuff you want to go over, you can't.
Yeah, and like quick example, Casablanca. The new map,
bro. That map is
there are boxes where you can climb like on the bridge and like jump onto the next.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I gotta take a detour and go up the stairs because I'm handicapped right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used that controller in Modern Warfare, and I didn't play on auto tac sprint, and that was probably clearly a mistake because it ruined my controller a little bit more.
Oh yeah, big time.
And like I made it through that whole year fine. Mm-hmm. And then I used it all through Cold War perfectly fine. And then I bought the Chicago Huntsman controller just because I had extra cash and I wanted the new Huntsman controller.
Right.
And so I was using that. And then Vanguard came out, and I was using the Huntsman controller, and there's something wrong with like the left stick, where on you've seen me use it like auto tac sprint, my gun will go up and down.
Yeah,
but it's because of the tac sprint.
Yeah.
If I switch over to Cold War or switch the controls to just like regular sprint, like COD,
yep,
it's literally fine.
Yeah,
and it makes no sense to me. So clearly something's wrong with like the game, like breaking my controller.
Yeah, it's just that movement in the game.
It's the inputs.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the same thing with my controller, man. I've felt that sometimes. Like, I mean, I'm always trying to calm myself down, being like, dude, this isn't a problem, like it's gonna be okay. But even when I go and I'm pushing down my my left stick, and then I go and I hit it again to go get that sprint, it's so inconsistent for one. And I always play with auto tac sprint on, dude, otherwise like my thumb would be on fire. You know, like I remember in Cold War, it was even like my thumb hurt just from playing sometimes. I don't know if it was some other problem, but like it would hurt constantly having to do that, especially if you're running around all the time. You know. And having this in the game, it's always like it's always like it's one of my biggest problems. That I don't understand why it's ever there in the first place.
The tac sprint has caused so many issues,
and now it's costing you a controller, bro.
So I ordered a new scuff, my third one. When the other two still work. Like maybe like one, like my scuff, my OPTIC one, I got to retire. But like, this game, man. Like if you're not running auto tac sprint, go into your settings and change into it. Because
save yourself.
Auto tac sprint is you don't need to press in like once at all to like get that tac sprint up. But you do have to press it if like you're going for like a normal run.
No, you just push it down and it runs, which like most of the time that's what I end up doing.
And that's just force of habit though. From like, because all the other CODs are you push in to run. And because I find myself doing that too, because I'll tac sprint and like you don't need to push down for that, like you just move it. But then you start slowing down and you go into a normal run, and then you push in again to like run, but you don't need to.
Exactly.
It's just such a force of habit because, you know, Infinity Ward wants to change the movement.
That's how that's how it's always been. So it sucks though, like that it's costing you another one there. Like I've always been worried about it with mine because I still have like some small glitches that happen with it, and like I got a scuff. We talked about when I got it not that long ago.
Like literally a few months. That.
But this game just really like it torches your controller.
I hope you don't have to, because I really didn't want to get a new one. I played the whole weekend and I was like, I don't want to get a new one.
But dude, like if you start raging over it and like it's costing you that much, just forget about it. It's not worth it.
It's so annoying though, because I didn't want to shell out more money for another scuff.
Right. But it's either that or you lose your sanity.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Fix the fucking game. How about that?
Right.
Fix it.
Well, I mean,
and even with the broken scuff, I was still shitting on kids.
Broken equipment.
I couldn't even mantle.
Exactly. You just haven't taken detours all the time. You know? But no, I mean, even with the controller, man, like that causing problems and like all that BS. Even just the game right now, like since last week. You know, we talked about like our updates and everything on how we've been doing. I mean, we're more or less at the same spot, but like some of those problems we had mentioned in the game, they're still a problem, and I don't understand that. I don't understand how you could. These things came out as an issue when the season got released, and they're still a problem. We talked about this being one of our biggest points with the new COD that's coming out. You know, is making sure that the game is constantly updated.
Like there needs to be like updates like. At least if it's a major problem, it needs to be fixed within the week. And if there are no problems, which I highly doubt, you know, you need like every 2 weeks or something, you know, some like patch notes or something like that. Because right now, like the game's just like we still hop on and play every now and then, like, every night for like an hour or two. But like it's just getting stale because there's like at the time we're recording, there's still like 50 days in the battle pass. I'm level 300 and something. And we have like 2 challenges left each.
2 or 3 challenges.
It's like we're not in a rush anymore. Like we did everything that we needed to. And they took out Champion Hill duos. You know, I'm going to mention that again. Because we always want to...
This is week 2. Week 2, no Champion Hill. So next week it'll be back.
We always want to end the night on just duos. And we can't now.
no, that's just whatever.
And then after watching the OPTIC major, like you and I felt nice. If we went into duos, we probably would have played like 3 or 4 games and just literally just ran.
Yeah.
It would have been fun.
Yeah, no, it would have been. But they got rid of the game mode once again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's just problems in control that don't make sense. I mentioned prior that that glitch where the game just ends. Yeah, that's still a thing.
Yeah, like our theory of hopping on the hill, doesn't work.
It's not a thing. No,
it's just random.
It is very random. Mm-hmm. Like I don't understand how it tracks.
Yeah,
like your wins. You know, we've tried it and it works a lot of times, but it's not 100%.
Yeah.
So that control problem is still a thing in the game, and it's honestly game breaking. Like half the time when you go to play, it's a problem. And then we mentioned another update too. I think we mentioned it last week with changing like the round 5s. To not going by kills.
Yeah, which you were referring to before when we were watching competitive.
Yeah.
A lot of the pro teams, like it's hard to watch control a little bit at the pro level because they're all smart players, and like you said, the maps aren't designed for control. But a lot of the teams play for round 5 defense because defense on this game is just it's just so much better than offense.
Yeah,
and it's literally just TDM.
Yeah,
so it tracks based off of if you've died less than the other team, then you get defense. So that literally there are times, like all the teams, they would get like 4 or 5 kills and then just hide. Yeah, not even count the point, just toss it around so they can get defense.
Right.
And I'm like, that's not fun to watch because like you're literally not playing like the objective or game mode. Those would be the guys that we hate.
Yeah, right.
But now like the update is you get defense based on if you've capped more points than the other team.
Yeah.
Which is how it should be. Yeah. But the problem is like I don't think you and I have like noticed that yet.
Yeah.
Because well, one, we haven't been stacking the point and people haven't been helping us, or like we just go out and get all 30 kills.
Yeah, it's more just we go out and try to get 30 kills. Like, we kind of read the situation to see how it is with half the games that we play.
Yeah.
So it's a small update, but that's the main one I can think of right now. That's like it's been a problem, and I don't know why it's still there. So I know too, 50 days for a season pass.
Yeah,
that seems a little long.
Oh, that definitely is long because. I mean, normally it's a month and a half, so it's like 45 days.
Yeah, I mean, like
no, this one is definitely long.
Because we're at 50 days now. Yeah. But it's been out for over 2 weeks, hasn't it?
February 18th or February 14th. Yeah, that was when the update was.
So it's like over 60 days.
Yeah, Well, and this was like season 2 was pushed later too because they had to fix a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So. I don't know. It's really long.
Yeah, it's a long season.
It's long. And, they've gifted us with all this double XP. Dude, I'm going to be like level 500 and something by the time.
Yeah, right. Like you'll be master. You'll be 1,000.
Yeah, I might be, honestly. 500 might be a little too like low, honestly.
Yeah, no, I think you'd make it there, especially too with all the double XP that the game gives.
Yeah.
Which again I like, but it's kind of ridiculous to me. Where if you play like on a regular basis, you'd be totally fine making it to that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but maybe they're trying to cater to the people who don't play every day. People who maybe play like once or twice a week.
Yeah. Double XP's fine. I won't complain about it. It got us to master pretty.
But
quick.
It's just so much, and it's a little Band-Aid that they throw out.
Yeah.
Whenever the season is totally chalked, like if there's a massive problem with the game. I haven't noticed any issues with any of the maps. Like, there's no like real glitches on any of the maps or anything like that. Yeah, which I guess is the W.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing, right? Yeah. Like they're no. Right now, the only thing that's a problem is, I mean, control's just broken, and it's crazy too because the when you logged off last night, I was playing a little bit longer. And like I ran into the glitch, and this dude was like, "Who's hacking?"
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, "Dude, control's broken." Like you don't even know because this person doesn't play all
COD Casuals too.
Yeah, and the person's not playing all the time.
Yeah, so you have no idea. You just log in, and you're like, "Yo, what's happening
right now?" It's those casual people,
Yeah,
that's why you got to watch us.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep you updated.
Yeah, so if you realize it's not your fault that the game's ending and no one's hacking on you. I thought the same thing too when it first happened.
Yeah,
I thought someone was hacking.
Yeah,
but then I saw everybody else being like, "Yo, what?" And it happens way too much. I don't think there's that many. If you're hacking in public matches on Call of Duty Vanguard, you just got to find something else to do with your life. I don't know what you're doing.
The game's already broken enough.
The game hacks itself for you, basically. It does everything that you need it to.
But I think, I mean, we're still going to keep playing and stuff. And now that we're pretty high levels, like, we want to mix in ranked more. I know we were talking about that a little bit earlier, because I do want to grind ranked. Yeah. Because of that, it seems very fun.
Yeah, and we got people. Yeah, and we got plenty of time to do it too, which is good. Yeah, and I don't really have any at the moment. I don't know. I don't really have a desire to go try Warzone out too much.
I don't either, because I don't know.
And I've heard Warzone's kind of busted too. You know?
Yeah, this whole game's busted.
Yeah,
where's MW2? Yeah,
exactly, right? Now, I'm trying to make sure that like other people are on the same boat too. I'd imagine most of you guys listening feel the same way too, because it's definitely frustrating. But it does bring some life back to you when you go and you watch the CDL. Yeah. To go watch those guys playing the same thing and realize that they're playing that like 10 hours a day.
Yeah, I like if you guys play COD with like I'm sure there are a bunch of people that play COD every day like us, after work with their buddies and stuff. And if you guys are getting burnt out, like I swear, just go watch the CDL, and like it's gonna make you want to play. Yeah, like we come off of a high like after watching qualifiers and like majors and stuff, and we just want to play for like hours. Yeah, and then starts dying down, and then the new season comes out, and then we just want to grind and like do all the challenges and stuff. But again, there hasn't been like incentive right now for us to just keep grinding and playing throughout this whole season. Yeah,
which I think that's what Call of Duty, like last thing we're going to talk about, honestly, that's something that Call of Duty has always struggled with. Yeah. They've always struggled with retaining people throughout the year. People come in, they play it, they get excited about it, and then nothing really new comes in to keep them captivated. Yeah. So they're just like, all right, well, this is kind of boring, and I'm done. Yeah.
And like for us, right? Like I don't even think we'd be this like complaining as much if they didn't remove duos. Like literally, like I was always excited to hop on, knowing that we would eventually play duos.
Yeah, 100%. That was like I say all the time. That was my favorite part of the game. Yeah. Hands down. It was like the one thing they focused a lot on Champion Hill, and they did a really good job of it. I liked it. Yeah. And now they just got singles in there, and I don't really. It doesn't really work out for us.
Next update, duos will be back in.
Yeah. But and then the next update, duos will be gone.
Yeah, exactly.
The next update, duos will be back in. Then they'll be gone.
Like we're just gonna have to mix in like Hardpoint and like S&D too, because we haven't like done that.
I think that's the biggest thing I'd like to probably try, even like when we're done filming, play some Search. I think Search would be a lot of fun, because even like watching them play Search, watching the pros play, it definitely gets you gassed up to watch it.
Yeah, and like playing all the other game modes, like, and then we can clearly see like, all right, you're fucking up here, I'm fucking up here, like, we're doing something wrong clearly. Yeah, and that's why like ranked, like I definitely want to start playing and grinding that more. Yeah, because obviously we're gonna run into squads that like take it super seriously like us,
and they're trying to be pros.
Yeah, and then we're gonna be like, all right, we gotta lock this down. Yeah, and hold up to our standard.
Yeah, and I think too that they've done a good job with the rank with like your placement regarding like people that you come up against. You're not playing like if you're in. I think we're in. I don't know, like not challengers. Challengers like really
top
high.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they call it. But it's like the second to like last tier, I think, or second to last tier, somewhere around there. Yeah. But anyway, they don't place people like on total opposite ends of the spectrum, and discourage anyone from playing.
Yeah. And like, I bet if we like the last time we played was literally 2 episodes ago when we mentioned that we played our placement matches. Yeah. So I would imagine if we loaded in, we'd still be the same rank, but like literally the bottom of the ladder, which is. Like, that's fine. That makes sense.
Well, then, maybe even tonight we should go try out a game.
Yeah, I want to play.
Send it.
I'm fine to grind. Go and create, like, all these classes for, like, certain situations. Yeah. In BO4, when I played ranked, I had 12 custom classes. I had 3 ICR classes, 5 Matics, and the rest were SOGs. Yeah. And they all had like
slight
changes for different situations. Yeah. Like S&D if, having like a stun or running like certain perks or whatever, it would all be for certain situations,
right?
And I want to get back like into that again.
Yeah. No, I think this is the time that we get back into it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I wasn't there for BO4 doing the competitive stuff, but I like to more with it. I mean, even screw it, dude. Like, we'll just be the two of us going there. We'll play with some people, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
If it goes down, you know, if we lose because of that, whatever. But because I've heard, too, that your SR doesn't even matter, like, on your... like the people on your team, how they do. You know, say like you and I play nice, but we lose. Like, I think we still get SR from that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it matters. Like, it doesn't mean like you play like trash. And then your team wins. Like you get SR. I don't think it works that way. I don't think it's that cut and dry. I think it's really just your own performance. You do good, you get SR. You lose, you lose it.
Yeah, Treyarch, they've been pretty like open about everything. Which shout out to Treyarch, obviously.
Yeah, thank God. Obviously the best.
They put out a tweet talking about that, like how SR is like gauged, and it's weighted more off of like your own like individual style, and like you obviously have to win too. But speaking of that, actually, because I was telling you earlier,
I love the story. That's great.
So some person like online, there are 5 placement matches, right? And this person kept joining a placement match, and they're losing. They would get mad and they just leave the game, right?
Prick.
So they wouldn't gain any SR, like no penalty, nothing. And Treyarch, I'm pretty sure they tweeted it today, and they're like, look, we went and adjusted like the top 2% of people in like the challengers or whatever, because like it was really like inflated, and they wanted to eliminate like or punishing people for like leaving games. And this dude literally played one placement match and got placed so high because he just kept leaving games.
Right.
And Treyarch was like, well, for that person, you've lost negative 2,000 SR. And dude, that's a lot.
It's a ton.
That's a ton. And Treyarch was like, I hope what Treyarch say? They're like, was it worth it? Or something like that. I'm like, yeah, no.
Not at all.
Dude, like his SR, I don't think you get more than like 20. Unless like you're doing really, really good.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, like how much, like what's a ton of SR and what's not a lot. But I do know from like some people's total SR, like even pros, like that's maybe how much they have. You know what I mean?
And like that's like per game. So this person lost 2,000. You're stuck in the trenches now.
Yeah, what a moron. Though. Good for Treyarch to send that guy to the gulag. It doesn't matter if it's in rank play or it's pubs. Just stay in there.
Yeah, just stay in the game.
Take the beating.
Just take it.
You know? Like in that case now, you know, I don't even know if you can leave anymore in rank play. I don't know if that's a thing. We'll have to check tonight. But like even in pubs, like I don't get that, like my closing sentiment. I don't get why, because dude, if you're leaving the game with like, I don't know, say like in control terms, right? You're in the last round, they're going to get 3-0 swept. Why do you leave? Like, even if you didn't do that bad, now if you leave, you lose all that XP. Everything you just sat. So you basically just wasted like 10 minutes of your life, however long that game was. You just wasted the entire time. You don't get anything for that.
I don't understand.
It's moronic.
I don't get why people leave, because you're just screwing your teammates over.
You're screwing your teammates over, and if you want to be selfish, which like everybody is, you're screwing yourself over. You know, you don't get anything out of it. It would be different if you could leave games and like you'd retain all your XP. You know, that would just be shitty. But it's like, hey, I get why this guy's doing it, because he doesn't want to catch the L from the game, but he still gets all his XP. But it's not the case.
No, and I was playing on Oasis yesterday, right? And this other dude was playing with me, and he's like, 4 people on my team like left besides him. He's like, what are these people doing? I'm like, dude, I don't know. We're up 2-0. And we're leaving, and like, he's like, you and I are doing everything. I'm like, yeah, I mean, we have to.
Dude, that's the biggest anomaly ever.
Like, I don't get it.
That happens way
It's because,
too
like,
much.
you just start, I don't know, like, they play bad, and then they get mad and leave. I'm like, we're winning. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Because that's going to count as an L now.
Exactly. It was an easy win. It's like, if you just stayed, and even if you had, like, a bad KD or whatever, just do that.
I think that people clearly, like you said, like, we're all so much more selfish than we care about overall, like, gameplay and, like, KD instead. Dude, I don't care if I'm doing bad or good. Like, we want to win.
Yeah,
we have to win.
And so many people, I don't even call it I don't think you call it dashboarding, because dashboarding I think is just going back, like you rage quit and you just go back to the main menu. But I remember, I can't remember. I think it was an MW3. These guys I would play with. I remember they were on like they were on like a 250 or 300 winning streak, right? And these guys, they wouldn't do that. They would close the application. Because if you do that, it counts as like a server disconnect or something like that. So it doesn't count as a loss, So if they were close to losing and they didn't feel confident they would win, they would just be like, all right, server disconnect. So they'd all just like disband. Dude, I'm like, bro. I think about that now. I'm like, dog.
And people
like, is that really of like 300 win streak? I'm like, it's not at all.
It's probably like a 10.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's the most inflated crap ever.
Because I know like dashboarding came from like Xbox, because it's the same exact thing. Close app.
Yeah.
But I don't get why people do that. Because like, man, if that happened, now I'm like, all right, you got to wait 5 minutes to load up the game.
Yeah.
And then you join in and we're losing.
Yeah, exactly. Back out. Like, so then at the end of the night, you didn't even play a fucking game.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But I'll never understand that, because I think it's more impressive if you have like an 8-point whatever win-loss ratio.
Yeah.
And your KD's like a 1.
Yeah.
That's way more impressive than, because that means you're going into the game and you're winning like 80% of them.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like, dude, think about it right now. Like, if I'm playing, if I had, like, say I'm building a team, right? If I was in that situation, right? And for ranked or something like that, or whatever, Well, we'll say ranked since it's more serious.
Yeah.
If I had to choose a guy who's got like a 1.7 KD, 1.8 KD, but his win-loss isn't even a 1, or a guy who has like just about a 2 win-loss and his KD is like a 1.3, 1.4 or whatever, like I'm easily choosing that guy.
Yeah.
Like whoever the guy is who has more wins.
Yeah.
Because he obviously, like, it's not about the kills, it's about playing the rest of the game.
Yeah,
That's what gets him the win.
Yeah, exactly. And like that'd be insane if you had like a KD that high. Like, because if you guys watch the CDL,
they don't have KDs like that. No.
Yeah, like a 1.2 is like really, really good.
Yeah, and
like sub players, like if you get a 1, that's good.
Yeah,
that's really good, because that means you're picking up trades and stuff.
Yeah,
but in ranked, like if I saw one with a 0.96 or whatever, but their win loss, like you said, is like a 2.
Yeah.
That's a player you need to pick up, because that means they're playing the objective.
Yeah,
they are playing smart.
Yeah, right.
They're picking up trades and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the teammates you want.
Yeah,
the unselfish ones.
Yeah,
the ones like, hey, slide out of me and die so I can get the kill.
Yeah, it's the rare anomalies where there's some people, like obviously those guys are in the CDL, but like we think about some of those teams like FaZe or OPTIC, where they have like their sub players, they have high KDs or pretty high KDs, and they also win a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is why they're in the league.
Yeah, and why they're like playing for the top teams, because they win, like they know how to play, but they also know how to play their game.
Yeah. Exactly. And man, because again, like I said, if you got the 2 people that we played the last time we played ranked, like those guys were good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys can run rampant. I don't care. I will just collect hill time, 1 minute 40 seconds, like hover like a 0.9 KD and we won.
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you realize, like, and especially at that level, like ranked is like insane.
Yeah.
But at that level, it doesn't matter as much about kills. Like it's so much about how you play the map.
Yeah.
That's why, again, like, I encourage everybody to go watch that game, or watch any of those matches, any of those pro teams play, because you'll be pretty impressed, like, how some of these guys play. They play very slow. Some of them do.
Yeah.
And some of them sit in spots and they just wait and wait and wait and wait. It's not like they're just flying around all the time. Like, they do have those moments for sure, but there's a lot of those downtime moments that's the most impressive to me.
And those are the players that a lot of people really value, the really patient ones. And we can end it off on this, but like this guy Celium that plays on FaZe, they interviewed him afterwards, and Maven, one of the commentators, he was like, no free kills. He's like, no free kills.
Yeah,
he does not give you a free kill, because the way that he plays his life, and he's not going to throw his life away.
Yeah,
and that is the best player you want on your team.
Yeah. And there's a reason
he doesn't care.
Yeah, there's a reason he's labeled as like the hardest kill in the game.
Yeah.
I would hate
Yeah, that
playing against him. His play style is so difficult.
Yeah, because he's just playing the game right.
Yeah,
and like he's so disciplined, and like he's not going to chow if he doesn't need to.
Yeah,
he will just wait there until you come and you screw up.
Yeah, exactly.
And most people do screw up.
Yeah,
because they're impatient.
Yeah, his discipline is absurd when he plays the game.
Yeah,
again, like if you go watch that series, like any of the series that FaZe plays, I mean they're incredible, you know, and pay attention to him. Like, yeah, he's gross.
Yeah, and appreciate those teammates that you have that go and play the objective.
Yeah, right.
Because I know for a fact I've seen a meme of like you got your one friend that's always like dying.
Yeah,
and then they like get the final kill and everyone's like, yeah, good job.
Yeah,
or whatever. Like you gotta appreciate those guys.
Yeah,
they do the dirty work that most people don't want to do.
Yeah, and it goes again all this stuff, right? It goes from the CDL all the way down to pubs.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
Its level of importance, obviously changes with that.
Yeah,
but if you want to win, that's something you got to do.
And you can relate this to just traditional sports too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about. It doesn't matter how you win.
Yeah,
as long as you win.
Yeah, as long as it's a win. That's it.
It doesn't matter what stats you have or whatever.
That's facts. That's
so.
Facts.
Well, we're gonna go into rank tonight and hopefully get some dubs.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Now I want to play more.
Yeah,
because like we're talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So
we're hyped up. So we'll have our link in the on YouTube, so you can only go check the link on YouTube, right?
Yeah, check.
So we'll have it there. Yeah, so we'll have it there. Yeah. So go watch those damn games. Watch them every time before you play.
Yeah,
get amped up.
Motivation.
Yeah,
and maybe we'll run into some of you guys in ranked play.
Yeah, best of luck to you.
Yeah, best of luck. Because we're just gonna sit on the hill to win.
Yeah, play like rats.
You're not gonna kill.
Play like rats.
But you got anything else?
No, I think that's it, bro. We're good.
So, guys, thank you for listening. This has been episode 56 of the COD Casuals. Make sure to follow us on anchor.fm/the COD Casuals. We're on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcast, all that jazz. We're also on YouTube, and we got video. Some people have been commenting, which is nice. Been responding.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you.
And
keep
it's cool
them coming.
To see. So one person is actually from Massachusetts, and she was like, "You guys didn't like your faces don't match your voice." I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but
take it as a slight.
Yeah,
okay. You're like, okay.
I was like, I get that. That's funny.
That's how it always goes.
And then like, comment, subscribe, like, because I always go in and like respond to people, so definitely like comment because we want to engage with you guys.
Yeah.
And we're also on Twitter, Instagram, very, very active on Twitter.
Yep.
So if you guys want to talk to us, like, that's the place to go, or go on YouTube and comment.
Yep, absolutely.
And we're trying to grow the YouTube more, so make sure like to share our videos and let your friends know.
Yep.
People that aren't good at Call of Duty, bring them to us.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring them to the Casuals.
Yeah, absolutely.
But thank you guys for listening. This has been episode 56 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
And I'm Mike.
We'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.